Dragon wing.
And is this just like just a field of grass? There's not any like trees, wooded areas, no cover.
No cover. Yeah.
And as, sort of over the other side of the camp again, it all just looks like kind of flat grassland. There's nothing if we were to approach it the other way.
Fields, yeah.
Okay.
It's far, to all intents and purposes, as the eye can see.
Can I hear any chicken sounds?
Most importantly, any huge flapping wing sounds.
Yeah, let's get a hearing check. Go perception.
Hearing check.
See if you can Superman this. If this is a bad roll, you'll just hear
She's
about
standing
a
up for it. Standing up for the roll.
Place.
It's a 7.
With a 7, no. You don't see any additional detail.
Let's watch it for a little while, see if we can see any movement.
So sorry, from where we are, how far is the camp away from us?
A couple hundred feet.
That's quite a long way.
It's a distance, but you can see the colour
Yeah, you
shapes.
can make out small figures.
Yeah, but not so close that they would obviously see.
Be like, who is that?
This group of people just stood there staring at the camp.
Cop,
Yeah.
you love stakeouts. Why don't you just watch this for a little while?
I do love a stakeout.
All right.
Do love a good stakeout. So I position myself with a nice little on the front of on my belly, just with my faux binoculars.
Just doing that in front of you. Is there any level
Making the
of
shape. I haven't got any binoculars
ears
yet,
like this.
but I'm
It
just
helps
like
to-
putting, like trying to sharpen my vision.
Little face binoculars. Yep.
And observing everything that's going on in the camp, making detailed notes about every movement, every in and out, how many guards there are, and any people that I see.
Okay, within an hour or so, you see movements. You can see from this distance, and also judging by the smoke coming from her cigar, it's probably that leader that you saw.
cigar smoke from 200 feet?
You can smell You can smell cigar smoke from
You can clearly see this kind of burn as if somebody's smoking something.
Nice.
And it's thick and heavy, like a cigar. Bam. You're right.
Yep.
Dav just flexing his bicep there, being a little distracted.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm too busy drinking my soda.
Just drinking and flexing.
So we can see cigar lady.
Yes.
So that probably leads us to presume that the half orc is there as well, right? Because they were together last we saw them.
And the tracks definitely came this way. And if he's carrying a bag of grain, then we must presume that he's little Plucker's there.
Plucker's going to be there.
So do we want to play this like the reverse of when they stormed into the solicitors, and just be like, you've got something of ours, give it to us.
Should we try and get...
What evidence can we see of how many people were there?
So far, you've seen this one person.
Okay.
Looks like the leader.
3 tents. Maybe like 2 people in
2
each
people
tent.
per tent?
Are they big tents? Are they small tents?
They are personal
Are we
tents.
talking Eurocamp?
Personal tent.
Okay, it's a
Very, very low, kind of inconspicuous, personal, individual.
I turn to Osgerin and say, if you want to do this, I'm with your by your side. So you lead the way, sir.
Well, you're the one with laser beams for eyes.
You saw that.
It was hard not to see that, if I'm honest, Cassius. We were in a small building, and you shot a man through a door.
Yeah, I did. How's
Hard
that?
to miss.
I did.
How's that song coming along?
Cyclops.
How's that song coming along?
Something.
You're a footnote at the moment, but
Just so you know, something happens. You see the leader reach into a pack, and she raises something to her lips. And at that moment, you hear clearly this shrill whistling sound. It's like this piercing, oscillating screech. Sound out across the barrens. And in response, you hear a very similar screech from the sky.
Oh.
At that point, a gigantic figure drops beneath the clouds.
whoa,
And it just plummets towards the tents, like in this deep
stoop.
dive. Yeah. Swooping down, and at the last, it extends these enormous heavy wings, startling the horses, and you can hear them whinny even from this distance. And you see a just gigantic eagle. You see the woman throw it something, and it snaps it out of the air and chomps, and then she kind of starts scratching it behind the ear.
cool.
This looks tough to beat.
Big old eagle? Have we not seen an eagle before?
We don't really have the element of surprise here.
Yeah, we do. We exactly have the element of surprise.
Well,
It'll be hard to maintain it.
I was going to
Getting
say,
across that open
yeah,
ground.
we're just going to have to trog across open ground, aren't we?
And how many 100 feet are we away from?
Couple hundo.
couple of hundo feet.
Wait till night.
We could wait until the
think-
fall of night.
Yeah, I think at the very least we've got to do that. I don't feel good about it otherwise.
Assaulting the camp in the dead of night. How would Osgerin usually go about it?
I think my main desire for this tackle the camp is not to fall over.
Sneaking is not really Jacob's style. He'd rather go in looking for the thing he needs and try and take it. And if they won't give it to him, he's always got his hammer.
I could put them all to sleep.
Now we're talking.
Now we're kicking with gas.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think if we waited not just until nightfall, but the dead of night, if we're going to do this. we
By
wanna-
moonlight.
By the pale moonlight.
I would absolutely. I'm only interested in doing things by the light of the moon.
Nice.
Okay.
I think nightfall. They'll still be awake. They're understanding what's going on. I think if we wait till 2-3 in the morning, they should be asleep. We can
Sure, let's do it.
attack when they least
Right.
expect it.
Assuming they're still here.
That's true. We need to keep eyes on.
But if they pick up camp, then we can just
Track them.
Yeah.
fit in.
They do look well camped, though. It's
so
it doesn't look
That temporary.
it doesn't look that temporary. It doesn't look like they're on the verge of leaving.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I think we've got to watch, haven't we? Watch and wait. That's what I
Be a
feel.
little bit creepy
Anyway,
and just watch them.
I'm particularly stealthy by the light of the moon as well. So
I'm not really. That's not my
I mean,
thing.
I've been unbelievably unstealthy.
I'm a big man in armour.
So far, but we all live in hope.
So we're gonna wait
Okay.
until night descends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Taking Oscarin's lead, you get comfortable.
Yeah.
How are you handling practicalities out of interest?
It's going to be like the SAS when you sort of like dig a foxhole and then if you need a shit, you just got to shit in the hole, isn't it?
And bury it.
Really terrible. It sounds awful.
Yeah.
Really bad.
So
I'm used to living in filth, so I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't want these guys to watch me shit, but if I had to do it, I would.
Okay.
Just giving you a little insight
luckily
into
I went
mine's either.
just after breakfast.
Yeah, then me too.
You're very regular.
Jacob's
Probably
fine.
be okay. Yeah. Been eating my
Takes a seat.
fibre.
Do I shit? I don't need to tiefling shit. Who knows?
I mean,
You've got to, haven't you?
Do you shit from your anus or the tail?
Anus, I think. That's me asking as a tiefling to
There are
tiefling
no
shit. Yeah,
tails.
tieflings do
I have
shit.
no idea about
I'm half human
tiefling
anyway. I've got human lineage. I
tails
shit.
in nature don't work like that.
Not to get into this in too much detail, but are you describing like a Play-Doh toy with the tail where it's just kind of squirting out of each?
Even that was too much detail.
That was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long are you waiting for here? Until nightfall? Dead of night? What are we talking?
The middle of the night.
I
See
think
how it
dead of
goes?
night. Yeah, I think, nightfall's happened and we'll now keep an eye. We'll see what the movements are. We'll see when... my feeling is when, people are looking like they're going to bed, going to sleep. We don't want to catch them when they're all still awake, I guess.
All right.
That would be my feeling.
Doing the reverse what they did to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sneaking.
Let's
We'll
get
have my
a
revenge.
stealth check from all of you.
Oh dear. Oh god, that's bad.
23.
23?
I rolled a 1, so 4 total.
4
And
from Oscarin.
the chicken lays 2 wings,
Yeah,
200 feet away.
5.
A 5 from Cassius. Okay, between Jacob the Unstealthy and Nothing the Rogue, you managed to succeed as a group and remain hidden for all that time.
Well, hey.
You don't see an awful lot of movement over the next couple of hours. You do see all 3 of the thugs that you encountered before. The 2 women, i.e. the leader, the other named Tilly, and also the half-orc, whose name you call is Malcolm. You see them kind of going about their business. You see the half-orc sharpening weapons. You see them all kind of cleaning, unstringing and restringing bows, cooking food, all that sort of thing. But you're there for the duration. Night falls, and still they remain. And it does kind of occur to you what they might be waiting for here. Or perhaps, it occurs to you more and more, I'd say, that maybe they're also waiting for nightfall.
Is the big eagle still waiting?
Big Eagle is still there.
Nice. And is it like chained up or is it just still like in its natural?
It's
like
not chained up, and it's kind of been roaming around the camp, but it doesn't go far. It seems, I guess, for the purposes of that group, kind of domesticated.
And how big are we talking? We're talking about pig size?
Larger.
Pig-sized eagle.
Pig-size eagle?
Is everything the size of a pig in this game?
Yeah, or a horse.
How many pigs?
It's a good benchmark.
It's bigger or as large as, say, like a war horse. The chassis of this.
So
the
two
wingspan
It's
is
bigger than a
probably-
teapot and it's smaller than a house.
Yeah, the wingspan is probably 20 feet.
Wait, so 3 pigs.
3 pigs.
At
We're
least.
talking at least 3 pigs.
Maybe 4.
On the
In
pig
length.
scale,
Yeah.
For what kind of pig?
we're rating it a 3.0.
So they might also be waiting for something, like maybe somebody to come and take something off their hands or something, I don't know.
backup.
Or
They have
Or they
moved.
might.
Let's do this.
But
Well-
Nightfalls.
Nightfalls.
Let's do this.
So you just want to go hot?
I think Jacob looks over at nothing and says, "Listen, my horned friend, I think
My horny friend.
horned.
Okay.
There's a difference," says Jacob.
Respect women. How dare you imply?
I think our best player here, because as we've all thought, they might be waiting for something too, and perhaps something more interesting might occur if we wait as well. You should try and sneak nearer and see if you can hear anything interesting.
Oh, nice.
Now it's pitch black. I think you can get close.
Okay.
Or we can go in swinging.
No, I don't see anything wrong with me going first, but I guess say we find anything in there other than our chicken pig friend, I want first dibs.
Okay. As in,
I'll take what I want
talking
and you
about
guys
the
can
loot.
have the rest.
we're talking about the loot, and that's all you care about in this
Not all I care about,
dire
but
situation.
if I'm the one putting my life on the line here, then
As a tiefling, I think you've got dark vision.
I do 120.
Also that.
120, nice. So you can use
I
that
think
as your
120.
advantage.
I also have dark vision.
Nice. You're kind of out of range of it at this point, but get closer and you can start to take
Yeah.
advantage more of that.
I'm sure it's 120. Let me double check. You can cut this bit out. There we are. Sorry, 60, not 120. I tell a lie.
All right.
So we're in proper full darkness now, aren't we? Okay, yeah, I think I can take that. Cool. So I'm gonna start stalking towards the camp. I've got a good history of stealthiness today. I've only fallen over once and just involuntarily sung a song in the presence of my foe. So fingers crossed this goes a little better.
Only get better.
Nice. Let's just get a nature check from all of you as well before you kind of mount this expedition.
16 from me.
14 from Cassius.
13 for Osgerin.
9 from Jacob.
Okay. Both Osgerin and Nothing, you both know that half-orcs also benefit from dark vision.
Oh yeah, they can see about the same as I
Humans
can.
do not.
Okay. So
Can you go get your sneak on?
here goes Nothing.
Oh, God. Was the entire naming for that moment?
No, it wasn't. Oh my god, I didn't even realise.
That wasn't even deliberate.
No, that wasn't even deliberate.
I'm there
not
just
intended.
pulling one of my fingernails from underneath the table. Actually, it wasn't deliberate. All right.
This is like when my flatmate used to go, just what the doctor ordered. Fuck off. 6 years at uni for that. Jeez. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to stealthily make my way towards the camp.
Okay.
To be honest, there's no cover. I'm just going
you
to
want me to
go
create
straight
distraction?
and slowly. Ooh, what we talking?
Do you call that out? She's like 50 feet away. I just thought.
Would you like me to create a distraction?
Well, what can you offer me? Yeah, I think, why not?
I could do some prestidigitation, some little parlour tricks, or even better, give me like a quarter of an hour just to get around to the other side of the camp, and I'll make a distraction for you if you want. You'll know it when you hear it.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah?
Are we all agreed?
A sound plan.
Somebody want to come with me as well?
Yeah, I'll give you back up if you want it.
Great.
I'm with you.
Okay, so in that case, we dig in.
Cool. So we
Back in our shitty, poopy foxhole.
So just to picture this, you're all still dug in, but Jacob and Osgerin, the half-elf bard, you're going to skirt around.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
quite a circuitous route so we don't need
Yeah.
to be too stealthy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably. that's
You're still
probably a
out of the
good thing.
range of the orcs' night vision,
Yeah.
most probably from here. So
Right.
definitely. So
And we're just chilling out behind the ridge, just chatting about our lives.
well, you're chatting at me and I'm saying
say, what
nothing.
kind
I
of
would
thing are you
imagine
gonna
that's
say?
probably the
So yeah,
how this is going.
my daughter's soul was sucked into a crystal, and yeah,
believe
it
me.
was pretty intense. They
Sorry.
knocked me out, came to, wife's dead body just in front of us,
Overshot.
Why didn't they?
and then I was just trying to scour like reports and investigations for like any whereabouts and everything like that. But
Meanwhile,
nothing came up.
you make your way
Well,
around the
so
Warlock
you're,
TMI. Is that an ability? Warlock ability TMI.
it's very dark at this point. So I'm leading Jacob because I can see in the dark, and then Jacob just hears some sort of rustling, some sort of shuffling around, and then everybody presumably just warm up the bagpipes.
I thought it was going to be a magical distraction, not just regular pipes.
In the darkness, just bagpipes.
And people are distracted, but also kind of stirred by it.
Yeah. Great
Brilliant.
stuff, right? Well,
Okay. What's the effect you're going for here?
I'm just playing the bagpipes in the middle of the night.
Pure distraction.
Let's see what happens.
Giving her some cover because she's famously a bit noisy when she's being stealthy. And also, presumably, they're going to be thinking, what on earth is that racket
Nice.
coming from the darkness? We should probably go and find out what that
Yeah.
is.
Cool. I'm just going to say that what happens is you see movement, dark shapes in the night.
yeah.
As you're there, I'd
Yeah.
say just you alone, nothing. Let's get a perception check.
17 plus. Where's perception? 20.
All right. With a 20, two shapes.
I see two shapes
Two shapes definitely
Going-
head off that way.
going towards that way.
Yes. And you've
Okay.
seen all three at camp. So you know that one of them at least, unless there are some others that you haven't seen
Has
before, is there.
remained at camp.
Plus that eagle, plus the horses.
So, I initially was a bit nervous about this plan, but I'm absolutely delighted to be able to leave the foxhole and the talk of the wife and the crystal and the child. So I take this as my opportunity, basically, to move forward as quickly and as stealthily as I can until I reach, hopefully, the cover of the wagon, where I can look from underneath and try and maybe see a bit more about what's going on in the car.
Okay, you reach the wagon.
I'm in the wagon. Okay, so I'm going to crawl beneath the wagon.
So on the other side of the wagon, you know the tents are there.
Okay.
The 3 tents with a campfire in the middle. The light is still flickering off the camp
Okay.
fire, and you can see that the interior is illuminated. And actually, from under the wagon, you can see that there's currently nobody around the campfire.
Okay.
But the eagle is nearby.
The eagle is nearby.
Yes, and at this point, you're going to start to get into eagle territory.
Eagle
Should
territory.
you leave the
Could
city?
I, so since the two figures are going towards the sound,
Right.
either one, can I just like
And you don't know that.
quickly, okay, I don't know that.
Yeah.
But seeing that she's got that far, can I just quickly try and stealth up to the caravan?
Yeah, so I say what you've seen is nothing kind of disappear into the night, and you've heard the distraction is all you know, but you can certainly make your way towards the camp.
Okay,
for sure.
do you want me to-
Yes, let's get a stealth check, because from your perspective, you're heading towards the open side.
It's a 20.
20, cool. You move stealthily without event. You get close enough where, thing is, you're a human. So what you can see is the campfire kind of lighting the area. You don't see any figures in there. But, you don't know where.
I just put my back against the caravan. Is that?
So can't do that. So you're on the side of the tent with the
sure.
wagon. But you can't see. You don't know how many people are there. For all you know, all 3 are there plus the eagle.
Okay.
So
But now you're within, let's say, like 100 feet.
I'm beneath the wagon, behind the wheel. I'm looking so very quickly because I need to work as quick as I can because they're only going to come back. So how many tents can I see?
3.
So 3 tents. Are any of them open? Any indication of what might be in any of
All are
them?
closed.
All are closed. And other than the campfire, is there anything left out and about around the campfire? Any boxes, any containers, anything that might give me any clue as to what's
So
going on?
you see a few cooking utensils.
Yeah.
They are used and they're stacked by the fire.
And so we've got like our 3 tents. Whereabouts is the eagle sat?
You suppose, judging by where you were before, that the eagle is on the other side of the middle tent.
Okay, so I can't actually see him, but I know that I'm
You can't
near.
You can't see him,
Yeah.
but you know that he's there. And pretty tall, you know, kind of eye level, higher than the tent.
Okay. So
worry.
a real worry. But however, I think my only option is that, like, I'm not any use sat under the wagon. So again, trying to be stealthy as possible, I'm going to go from under the wagon and go for the cover of this near side of the first tent in the hope that in that little move that the eagle doesn't see me.
Okay, let's get another stealth check.
It's a 15.
15. Okay, you swoop to the first tent, and actually you can sense, you can kind of hear the eagle on the other side of the tent.
Sure.
You can just kind of sort of hear it breathing quite heavily. You hear these kind of heavy footsteps,
So it sounds like moving
stomping
towards me.
into the thicket of the grass.
Can I just, with my ear to the tent, can I hear any movement in there? Like there might be a person or
Pig chicken.
no. Well, I'm more concerned about half orc
wings.
right now. Does it sound like there's anyone in that tent?
You put your ear to the tent flap, and on the first of the 3 tents, you can hear this kind of.
To attempt to hoist them upon their own petard, I take the knife which I took from the murder scene and try and, as quietly as possible, cut through the side of the tent that I'm on.
All right.
In order to gain entry.
You begin to do that. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing? So first of all, Jacob and Osgerin.
I'm walking back. I'm walking away from the campsite while still piping.
Piper ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then sort of as I take my hand off, take my mouth off one of the pipes, just say, "Ready yourself in case this goes south." And then just
still going,
still piping
this
away,
tiny
still
parade
piping away.
with like one guy in the procession. Okay, Jacob, you're just kind of.
I'm following on behind, looking warily over my shoulder.
Yeah, do I see anything in the dark? Yeah.
Your dark vision.
So I've got dark vision.
You do have dark vision.
Yeah.
60 feet.
60 feet.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay.
Cassius, what are you doing?
Can I see any of the tents from where I am?
Yes, you can make them out.
Can I make out?
And they're lit kind of by the firelight. You can see the interiors.
Can I make out nothing cutting through the tent from where I am?
You can't. I'd say, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're kind of on the inside of the first tent. Are you by the door, or are you kind of just in the
I'm just on the... So I'm...
on the corner outside?
Yeah, so I'm as far... the far side away from the bird as I can be.
Not lit by the campfire.
Yeah.
You can't see her.
So if I was to run to the nearest tent I can see, would be lit by the campfire, or
you can head that way. You can go to that one.
Okay,
the nearest one.
Let's do it.
Okay, you've already done the stealth check, so I'm just going to say that you get there, and when you get to around 40 or 50 feet, you can see a large silhouette, and it's definitely the eagle.
Okay.
It's not clocked you yet, but before you actually get to the tents, I'd say that you're still kind of low to the ground, and you can feel that this thing is near. If you're going to close the gap to the tent, then you're going to kind of risk detection, I'd say.
When I saw the cigar smoking lady feed the eagle before, do I know what she fed it? Like, can I see what?
No. You saw something being thrown, but you're way too far away to know the detail.
Chicken wing.
Likely.
Good old chicken
Oh,
wing. I guess I stop in my tracks and walk. Can I just like stealthily get towards the caravan, the big caravan?
So you want to go further, closer? And to paint the scene, you've got the back of one of the tents relatively near to you. You've got the other 2 next to it, and the caravan is on the other side of that.
Okay.
So you've got the campfire in between. Tents, campfire, then the wagon.
You know what?
And you're kind of on the side of...
I'm going to try and go even stealthier towards the tent.
Okay.
And risk getting seen by this big old eagle.
You're going to slip into subspace.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's running dark.
Yeah. Can I go prone and just crawl, like, would that give me advantage?
You can stay low to the ground. Okay. I don't think it's going to give you advantage. I'd say if anything, the distraction has given whatever's there a bit of a heightened sense of something's up.
Okay.
So just a regular stealth roll. And you're going to do this against a not very good perception roll because the eagle rolled a 1.
11.
Okay, you make it to the tent.
Success!
And you can hear this gentle ripping sound coming from just around the corner of the tent. Kind of zzz, zzz,
I just poke my head around and see.
You see nothing. You see your companion, the tiefling.
I say, what's going on?
I say, don't fucking move. That eagle is right on us.
You hear this kind of almost like a horse. This kind of like heavy snorting.
I say, I'm pretty sure the big chicken's in here. I'm gonna grab him.
And you hear it at this point. You hear this kind of.
If there's any wings in the little pocket, throw one out to me.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, you've cut a nothing long slit. And what are you going to do?
So I'm going to keep my body outside the tent, and I'm going to just look in very quickly and just see what I can physically see.
Okay, I like that you're whispering as well.
The chicken pig in there.
Okay, the chicken pig. You look inside, and in the darkness with your dark vision, it's kind of pitch black in there, so you can't see a lot of detail. But you can make out alongside a bedroll on the ground and a couple of odds and ends. You can see a crate, and also you can smell the kind of that sort of hay refuse kind of familiar smell as well.
And I don't think there's anyone else in, so I'm going to slither through the hole.
Okay, you're in there, and there doesn't seem to be anyone else in there. It's a very small tent.
Okay.
But as you near the crate, you can see pluckers.
Yes.
Little plugs.
Pluckers kind of stands to attention, sits up straight as it sees you.
Shh. Shut the fuck up.
And almost imperceptibly, you think you see a tiny nod.
I knew you were sentient. Fucking hell. So I drag the chicken crate.
Why don't you just take the chicken?
Because he's enormous.
Because he's huge.
Yeah, but
The chicken can walk.
Hey, he's got legs. She's in the
Shit,
scent.
sorry.
Screaming
Sorry.
across the field.
You can walk!
It can walk by itself!
Okay,
You're dragging the crate.
Perceiving that as well, hello, sounds like a crate. And it being dragged along grass.
A large chicken, though, if I've any judge.
Okay, I drag the crate. Have a look inside, because I've only told him to shush so far. Does he look okay?
Looks
and are
okay.
there any wings in?
Hasn't been that long, and there's this huge pile of grain next to him. It looks kind of hardly touched.
Are there any wings in there?
In the satchel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Full stock, 6, 3 in each saddlebag.
Okay, so I pick 3 out and I pass them out the hole.
Okay, this hand appears, Cassius.
3
I
wings.
grab the 3 wings.
Do I do it? Gonna make like Mel Gibson.
No, I'm going to keep him in the crate.
And I
Because
just
might
keep them on my person just for the time being.
Okay.
And the 3 that I have, I put in the pocket of my cloak.
All right, Osgerin, Jacob.
Cool. Do I see any figures coming through the darkness? I do.
And you, before you see them, you hear them. You can hear hurried footsteps.
Okay. I think
Nice.
it's probably time to stop piping.
Yeah, so just...
Put a gentle hand on the pipe, tap on the bagpipes.
And then 60 feet to my left,
Yeah.
off in the darkness, still away from the camp, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, and I'm going to create just a booming flash of light just off in there. Yeah. So I'm going to gesture to Jacob just to like get down, to lie low so we're not illuminated, and then just...
Lights. And what does it look like? Like a flash
So,
explosion?
because it's Prestidigitation, I can choose. It's going to be this sort of ethereal, green, ghostly flash of light
Okay.
with a hollow boom that emanates across the darkness.
Nice. Let's get a deception check.
26.
26. You think it has the intended effect. You hear the footsteps hurrying towards the sound, and you hear one woman say to another woman, "Over here, quick!" And the other one goes, "Right."
Nice. Do we want to keep trying to lead them away further? Because I can keep doing that. We could follow them a little bit and keep doing those. What do you think? How much time do we think that Nothing and Cassius need?
Let's keep doing it if we can. Why not? Why not try and keep these people away from the tents?
Okay.
Makes sense.
So we're going to follow at a bit of a distance so that we're getting towards that source of the light and noise at sort of a similar rate to the baddies, and then sort of periodically I'm going to keep on casting these flashing green sort of spooky lights. Spooky lights.
Okay.
Casting a spooky light. These spooky booms. Spooky booms. Spooky booms. Yeah.
Lead them a merry.
Yeah, lead them on a merry dance around the outskirts of their camp, sort of slowly getting further away from the camp.
Yeah. Cassius. You got 3 wings in your pocket, and the other hand is touching a chicken. As this massive boulder-like fluffy shape is more rolled than steps or pushed out of the entire flap.
What is
and
it?
flops on the ground.
It's still in the box. It's still in the box.
Okay. In that case,
I'm worried about it being consumed by the eagle, so it's staying in the
I
box.
slide
fine.
open the roof of the box
Yeah.
and just kind of try and coax it out.
All right. It just jumps out.
But
looks at
then
you.
I do some twirl my hands around each other and hold out my hands, and in the hands appears a little hand.
Ooh.
And I cast Mage Hand.
A little hand in a hand.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is there a hand in that hand?
Yeah.
Like
His hand
the things that,
all the
like
way
the little
down.
hands on the end of your finger.
And so
And
fractals.
this little kind of thing like hand just crawls along my body,
Yeah.
and goes into my pocket, picks out one of the huge chicken wings, and then runs off into their like arena and like the campfire area, and just throws it into the this chicken wing, throws it past the eagle's face into the forest.
Okay, you do that, and you throw the wing past where you know the silhouette to be, and you hear this kind of like heavy gallop. Sound off.
And I say, let's get this chicken out of here.
And
And using that distraction, we run.
Skedaddle.
how rapidly can the
towards the
chicken move?
Not rapidly.
Can we carry it as a pair?
It can sprint slightly slower than a casual walking pace.
I turn
Should we
back
carry it as a pair?
I turn back to nothing. I say, I've got this. I've got a little plucker. But if you want to raid the rest of the camp, be my guest.
That's tempting.
These people are evil, and they deserve what's coming for them.
Hello. At one of these points, we'll probably get to some combat. Otherwise, just a reminder, you can email us dragonwingspodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can tweet us at dragonwingspod. We would absolutely love a 5-star rating and a comment from you. Thank you again for sticking with us, and we will catch you next time.